Hello, dear students. I hope all of you are healthy, wealthy, and wise. Welcome back to English literature class. Today, I'll be explaining the chapter The Adventures of an Understudy. I have already shared with you in the first video the short introduction of the author, Sir Anthony Hope, and also the summary of the complete novel, The Prisoner of Zenda, from which this chapter has been taken. The Prisoner of Zenda, a complete novel, has a total number of 12 chapters, and this lesson, the Adventures of an Understudy, is the 5th chapter of that novel. Now I read, and okay. Rassendyll is traveling from England to Ruritania to see the coronation of King Rudolph. A chance meeting in the woods brings Rassendyll and Rudolph face to face, and they discover that they look exactly alike. Even their hair is the same shade of brilliant red, the color of Rudolph's royal Elfberg family. So, by now, I assume that you all are familiar with Rassendyll, the English gentleman. Any confusion? Please watch the first video. Okay. So, Rassendyll, the English gentleman, comes from England, and he happens to meet the new king of the kingdom of Ruritania, an imaginary kingdom. Okay, and what we have to see here, that when they are face to face, they look exactly alike. They come to know that what similarities are there. Even their hair is the same shade of brilliant red. Okay, and they seem to that even Rassendyll, the English gentleman, seems to be from the royal Elfberg family. The Elfberg family is the ruling family of the kingdom of Ruritania. Okay, so why these similarities are there between the English gentleman Rassendyll and new King Rudolph? That is something I'm not going to disclose to you right now. I'm not supposed to disclose, right? Okay. Now, all that we have to know that they look similar, they are identical. Okay. The next day, Rudolph is found unconscious, already mentioned before, and unable to attend his coronation, but the show must go on, or else the king's half-brother and enemy, Black Michael, which I have already mentioned in the first video, the Duke of Strelsau, will take over the throne. Already mentioned this. For the sake of Ruritania, Rassendyll must pretend to be Rudolph for the day and take part in the coronation. Already I have discussed with you that he goes to attend the ceremony of king's coronation. Okay. The king's friends or well-wishers, courtiers, loyal, Colonel Zapt and Fritz promise to help. Okay, and they help in fact. Okay, but will Rassendyll manage to deceive Black Michael? Yes, I have already shared with you, and you know he succeeds in that. And Princess Flavia, the woman who Rudolph is engaged to marry, read on to find out. And I have already shared with you the secret of the story. So let us now, I will try to explain paragraph wise. So paragraph 1, here I read. The game had begun. What game? Okay, I will explain. Let me read the paragraph. The game had begun. The cool morning air streaming in through the window, and the train cleared my head. and I was able to take in all Zapt said to me. He was wonderful. He began at once to instruct me in the history of my past, of my family, of my tastes, pursuits, weaknesses, friends, companions, and servants. He told me the etiquette of the Rotarian court and promised to be constantly at my elbow to point out everybody whom I ought to know. So, in the first paragraph, we come to know while Rassendyll, the English gentleman, is accompanied by the two loyal friends of the king, Colonel Zapt and Fritz. So, on the way to Ruritania, the English gentleman is taught by. Uh, you must have seen some of the movies where like double roles are there, and okay, so he is teaching. Colonel Zapt is teaching the English gentleman all the manners of the new king, means his nature, his behavior, his habits, and all the acquaintances, the friends and relatives and the courtiers, and to help him more, to help the English gentleman more, uh, Colonel Zapt promises him that he will always be at his elbow. If he is in any confusion, he would help. Okay, and all that the English gentleman Rassendyll has to do is to behave like a real king. Is that okay? Paragraph 2. At 9:30, looking out of the window, I saw the towers of a great city. On the way to Ruritania, he saw your capital, my liege. So while they were coming by a train, the English gentleman Rassendyll happens to look out of the window and he sees great towers of a great city. Okay, so that city, Colonel Zapt says that my liege means my lord. These are the words of addressing the king. Okay, okay. So here, though Rassendyll, the English gentleman, is not king, but Colonel Zapt is joking. Okay, because he is in role. Grinned old Zapt with a wave of his hand. Leaning forward, he laid his finger on my pulse. A little too quick, he remarked. After feeling the pulse of the English gentleman, Rassendyll, Colonel Zapt says that a little too quick. What does he mean to say? Means his heartbeat is faster than normal. Okay, because he is getting in role. When you are going to when you know that you are going to do such a risky thing, the heartbeat beats fast. Okay, okay. I'm not made of stone. Means if I'm going to do such a risky thing, it is very natural that the heartbeat will quicken. Okay, that's what he means to say. The English gentleman means to say. When I'm explaining this lesson, I assume that all of you are having your book with you. Okay, I don't have the book, I'm reading from mobile. Okay, you will do. You will do. God sent. We may be alive tonight. Okay, so here Colonel Zapt wishes that the English gentleman Rassendyll will be able to uh, do his work. What work? To impersonate, to behave, to attend the coronation ceremony of the king in his place. Okay, while the king is not present, he is imprisoned. Okay, Amen, said Fritz. So you know Fritz is another person, two persons are there. Colonel Zapt is there and Fritz are there. Fritz is there. Okay, so he says amen. Amen, you say that may it be so. Okay, now excuse me. Okay, so now I have to read from mobile. I don't have the book. Okay, now the train stops. The train stopped. I have reached paragraph 6. The train stopped. Fritz and Zapt leaped out. Do I need to say who are Fritz and Zapt? Any confusion, then you can ask. Okay. Fritz and Zapt leaped out of and held the door for me. I choked down a lump that rose in my throat. When you are nervous, we develop the different kinds of symptoms when we are nervous. Okay, so because of that nervousness, he felt something in his throat. Then I settled my helmet firmly on my head. This English gentleman is speaking. Okay, and breathed a short prayer to God. And it was a short prayer without silent prayer. Okay, so that he may succeed in his mission. The last thing I did was to feel if my revolver was handy and my sword too loose in the scabbard. Then I stepped into the platform of the station at Strelsau. So here, uh, in paragraph 6, the English gentleman Rassendil is checking whether he is ready for the job or for the mission or not. He checks helmet is fine, he is not nervous. He reaches for his revolver, it's fine, ready to use. Then he reaches for his sword, it is loose in his scabbard where you put the sword on. Wherever he needs in emergency, he should be able to use, okay, at a short notice. Okay, so he is ready before getting down where the station at Strelsau, paragraph 6, the last line, the last word, Strelsau. What is the connection between Strelsau and uh, Michael? You see, Michael, the younger half brother of King Rudolph, is the Duke of Strelsau. So he has to be very, very careful because he is identical of the king. His life may be in danger. Okay, pray for him. Paragraph 7. The bells throughout the city broke out into a joyful peal. Celebration is going on. Why? Because the next day coronation is there. The sound of a military band and men cheering struck my ear. Okay, so celebration was going on everywhere. The people were rejoicing. They were celebrating the coming coronation of the king, new king. King Rudolph the Fifth was in his good city of Strelsau. So, which King Rudolph is being mentioned here? Is the real King Rudolph being mentioned here? No, it is not the real king who is mentioned here. Here, the author is mentioning that you know the English gentleman has arrived at Strelsau, okay, and from there in a procession he has to uh, leave for the palace. Okay, so here he is mentioned, like the English gentleman is mentioned as King Rudolph V. Okay, because after all he has to impersonate and he has to attend the coronation ceremony in place of the King Rudolph V. Actually, he is the fifth king in succession. Okay, and they shouted outside, God save the king. Okay, they are shouting outside, God save the king. Are they thinking that the real king has come? Okay, now old Zap's mouth wrinkled into a smile. Okay, so when he gets down, when the English gentleman Rassendil gets down at at the station where at Strelsau, the people were rejoicing and they were receiving the English gentleman Rasendil as their king, their new king. Okay, so they are shouting, God save the king. Okay, they are all shouting, God save the king. But all zapped, the colonel zapped, he understands. Okay, okay, he is just smiling. Okay, that people are not able to know that he is not the real king. God save them both. Okay, so here uh, Colonel Zapp says God saved them both. So which both? What does he mean by both? I think you will tell your opinion, you will write your opinion in the comment box. I think we are free to make our opinions. There is no restriction that being a student you cannot make your own opinion of, because you can. Okay, so here I think my opinion is that God saved them both. I think Colonel Zapp is talking of two kings are here right now. One is real king who is imprisoned and whose life is in danger, and another king, the English gentleman Rudolph Rassendyll, has come. So his life is also precious unless the coronation ceremony is over. Okay, that's why he is praying for both the kings. That's what I think. You can write your opinion if it's different from mine, and please justify your answer. Okay, he whispered, courage, lad. Okay, he is encouraging uh, the English gentleman, and I felt his hand press my arm. Okay, a group of officers stood awaiting me. So the officers are waiting for their new king. At their head was a tall old man covered with medals. He must be some very, decorated uh, commander, excuse me, commander. Okay, so one of the commanders maybe. Okay, old man covered with medals and in a military uniform, Marshal Strakens. Okay, Marshal Strakens, that's what Colonel Zapp whispered to the English gentleman, because the English gentleman Rassendyll doesn't know any of the officers, and Zapp is helping him. Colonel Zapp is helping him that he is Marshal Strakens. Okay, and I knew that I was in the presence of the most veteran of the Ruritanian army. So elite army is there everywhere, in every, like you must have watched that Bahubali. In that also elite, always there is a regiment of elite soldiers like that. Okay, the soldiers which defend the king and the family. Okay, so the officer Marshal Strakens was one that officer belonged to that regiment, defending the royal family. Okay, that is all. Okay, the marshal saluted me in a few loyal words, the words of faithfulness. I accepted his greetings very suavely. So here the English gentleman is speaking that I accepted his. That soldiers are there, they salute the leader, and then the king accepts, or the minister accepts the. So here he says that the English gentleman Rassendyll says that he is confident. Okay, he is not nervous at all. He is behaving just like a king, the way a king is supposed to behave, and received the compliments of a large number of distinguished guests. So apart from the officers, apart from the soldiers, there were many royal guests as well there to receive the new king. Okay, so he received compliments from all of them, good words from all of them, wishes from all of them. No one revealed the least suspicion. So none of them was least doubtful about this English gentleman Rassendyll, that he was not the real king. Okay, so I felt my nerve returning. So I felt my nerve returning. You will see in the word meaning in your book. It means that he was gaining confidence now. Okay, and the troubled beating of my heart subsiding. Okay, so now the heartbeat, in the beginning it was a bit quick. So now it subsided. It became less fast. It was not so quick heartbeat. Okay, so he knew that he was confident now. Okay, presently I mounted my horse and started to ride through the streets with the marshal on my right and Zapt on my left. So two officers, marshal at his right and Colonel Zapt at his left. So with the two royal officers at his left and right, he proceeded for the palace. Okay, the royal palace. The scene was brilliant as we rode slowly to where the royal palace stood. Now they have proceeded towards the royal palace. Every house was hung with red and decorated with flags. They were all celebrating, okay, the coronation of their new king. The streets were lined with raised seats on each side. That might be the town planning. It happens. Okay, I passed along, bowing this and that, receiving compliments and wishes from the common people, from the citizens. Okay, under a shower of cheers, blessings, waving handkerchiefs, they were all doing this to their new king. The balconies were full of brightly dressed ladies. All were celebrating. Okay, you can visualize Bahubali, how Bahubali was respected, who clapped their hands and curtsied. So curtsied is that you bow down to the king to pay to respect. Okay, a torrent of red roses fell on me. Okay, some of those red roses fell on him. One bloom lodged on my horse's mane. So mane is the hair here of horse. So he took that rose and stuck it in his coat. So that is very simple. The marshal smiled grimly. He was riding his horse with the two officers at his left and right. Okay, the red rose for Elfberg's marshal, said I gaily, and he nodded. Actually, here the English gentleman Rassendyll is joking with Marshall that a red rose has come for uh, uh, Elfbergs. Actually, Elfberg is the royal family of the king's family, or the royal family of the kingdom of Ruritania, is known as Elfberg, the title. Okay, so Elfberg, even the marshal doesn't know that he is not the real king. Okay, so he is very confident and he is happy. Thank you very much. So this is enough for today. It's going to be more than 24 minutes. Thank you very much. God bless you, and please keep praying for me.